is magic.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Good day. Thank you so much for joining in. We're super excited to welcome you to another exciting episode of OnPoint webinars. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly in the comment section. I'd be so glad to hear from you. Just drop your favorite emoji, yeah, in the comment section so that I follow that. You can hear me clearly. I'm audible. Yes. So you can kindly drop any emoji of your choice just to let me know you're actually active and you can also hear me. We will be kickstarting in about some few minutes. Okay, I see Eamon, I see Dominique. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I see your responses. I'd love, yeah, I see some reactions as well. Um, thank you so much. And we're live actually across LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So thank you so much for joining in. We're going to give about just a 30-second space just to allow a lot of people to join in because we had quite a number of attendees. But just to note down, you can hear me clearly, right? Like I'm as audible. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Bright. Thank you, Bright. So it means you can hear me. Okay. So let's do a quick icebreaker. So can you just drop in the flag of the country you're joining in from? So wherever you're joining in from, whichever continent or wherever, whichever corner you are, just drop the flag. I know a few people from Ghana on here. I know a few from Tunisia on here. A few people from Malta. So just drop the flag of whichever country you're representing in the comment section. Just drop it. Just drop it. Just drop it. Just drop it. Yeah. Once again, we're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And welcome. It's the On Point webinar sessions, and we're super excited to have you. Okay, I see Dominique joining in from the UK. Oh, no, I'm actually here, Dominique. I'm also here. Yeah, I'm also here in the UK. I know Bright is joining in from somewhere in Ghana. Yeah, an Amen from Tunisia. I see Simon Ojam from Ghana. Fantastic. I see Amen. Yes, definitely from Tunisia. I see Habib. Yes, Habib is joining in from Nigeria. Okay, so I think it's a good point to actually kickstart today's webinar. Um, I agree. Do I have people who agree with me? Yeah, I see that. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Joseph Gordon from OnPoint, and I'll be your host for today's conversation. And as we can already tell, um, our title or the header for our webinar session or our discussion today is turning financial data into answers. So we're looking into a deep dive into some analytics tools and having a peek also into some part of Insight software. Now, the truth is that most businesses don't actually have a shortage of data. It happens that they have spreadsheets, they have dashboards, they have reports, and even the reports themselves have extensions of reports. Now, the real problem is that what happens after all the data arrives? Is there the open space to understand it quickly? Can you ask better questions of the report, or can you even spot what matters after all that data comes in? And ultimately, what is important is that can you make a better decision because of the data that you've actually received or the data you have? So that's the kind of journey we are taking today. And the good news is that I'm not doing this alone. I have some amazing people who are going to be our guests on this webinar. And representing from OnPoint, we have Habib Ilobu, who is a data analyst, and he lives much closer to the numbers than I do or than any of us do, probably. So that's exactly why Habib is on this conversation. So in that chain of priority, I'll just let Habib have the platform, and he's going to start off with us with Jet reports, and then we'll move into Linus AI to see what actually happens when reporting meets a little more intelligence. So, Habib, it's great to have you. I just put you
Hello,
on. I hope you
Joseph.
hear me clearly, Habib.
Thank you.
Yes,
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Hello, Joseph.
yes,
Thank you very much for the
fantastic,
wonderful
fantastic.
introduction.
Thank you, Habib. So, Habib, how are you feeling? How's the weather in Nigeria?
It's actually I would say like a mixed feeling. It could be freaking
Okay.
hot today and very cold the next day. So it's a mixed feeling for now.
I see. I see. I see. All right, Habib, you have the platform, so kindly take
All right.
us.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. So today we are going to have a quick overview of what Jet Report is before we dive deep into the actual report intelligence feature we brought to you today. So a lot of us have actually known about Jet Report for most of the people that attended the last webinar we did. But today we brought something more interesting, not just Jet Report. So what is Jet Report? So Jet Report is a reporting solution that sits inside Excel. And what does that mean? It means you're not using an external tool. You're using a tool you're already familiar with, which is the Excel, and it's kind of like an add-in in your Excel. It's much more about adding in Excel that helps you to actually run reports faster. And one interesting thing about Jet Report is it syncs seamlessly into Microsoft Dynamic BC and NAV, GP, and a lot more. So the interesting aspect is if you are trying to probably upgrade any of your ERP, you don't have issue with loss of data or any of those. If you're using Jet Report, you can do that without needing to worry about loss of data. And all you just need to do is just to update your data source and you're able to connect to Jet Report directly. And one of the interesting thing about Jet Report is you don't actually need to, definitely it eliminates a lot of manual entries. Imagine you have a lot of spreadsheets and you need to actually consolidate many spreadsheets at the end of the day before you send out the end result to the manager. In fact, it takes a lot of time. Probably the manager is already requesting for another report before you even finalizing the recent one he or she asks for. Now imagine you have Jet Report that connect directly, that give you access to the current and accurate data in real lifetime. And that's where Jet Report comes in. Uh, if you go to the next slide, please. Thank you. So today we brought to you something interesting. So last year we have a lot of people asking us, oh, we've seen Jet Report, we've seen what it can do. But how about the use of Jet Report with AI features? We have a lot of questions about that. And I tell you today that reporting just got smarter and easier, not just smarter, it got smarter and easier. We brought to you Linux AI Assist today. And what do you mean? What do you understand by Linux AI Assistant? If you go to the next slide, please. All right, thank you very much. So Linux AI Assistant is a report. It's a Linux AI is a powered Insight software. Sorry about that. So Linux AI is an AI assistant from Insight software that helps you generate your report without the need to actually do anything manually. And what do I mean by that? And the interesting aspect is it's actually a AI powered instance right in your report building process system, which means you're not doing anything out of Excel also again. Jet Report is an AI, an add-in built in inside the Excel, and Linux AI is also an add-in with Jet Report that sits in Excel also, which means you don't have to write any complex code. You don't need to take your time building formulas and adding more fields to your report. Probably you have a lot of reports you need to build. Linux AI actually eliminates all this and it gives you more time to actually enjoy your coffee while building the report. So definitely there are three core features that comes with Linux AI that actually enjoys. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy using the AI Assist more and actually stop building the report manually myself. We have the Doc Assist, we have the Data Assist, and we have the Report Assist as well. The Doc Assist is just something simple as we have on the screen. It helps you understand more better what your report is. And Linux here as well. It gives you more insight if you're trying to understand what something means or you don't understand a particular feature. You could ask question or click on something. It shows you, it gives you more details of what you can see on the screen. You get to actually read and understand so that you can have more insight. There we go. We have data assist also. This is just something that helps you understand or give you more insight in your data. Probably you have a report built already and you're trying to understand, okay, fine. What does this say is I need more insight. I need to be able to generate something to give to my manager. The data assist is here to assist you. And the core features, which is actually the feature I love using the most, which is more interesting, is the report assist aspect. And what does this do? With just some little prompts, few prompts, you actually get to actually build your report without needing to write any formula yourself. You just type in the prompt. It's more like communicating with probably your coworker, and you sit back, enjoy your coffee, and the AI actually builds the report for you. So why don't we just have a look at what that can look like in the real life? So uh, let me just share my screen real quick. Could you confirm if you can see my screen, please? If anyone can say something, I can see the chat. Could you confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, Habib, we actually can't see your screen.
Okay, let me try that again.
Okay, just reshare, I believe.
Could you confirm you can see my screen now?
Okay, yes, we can.
All right, perfect, perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry for the delay. So what we have on the screen is just the Excel interface, and as you can see, we already have our jet report installed. So on the NUMS, if you are going to be building your report, we have our jet report function that helps you building your report. We have the NL functions. So building any reports on the normal circumstances, I will have start clicking the NL function a lot more, but that just got easier with actually the use of Linux AI. And you don't actually need something tedious to set this up. As you can see, once I right click and I go here, if I click on my drop down arrow, I can configure my reporting assist. So I've done that already. I don't need to do it again now. So all you just need is just to click on that, configure your report, and you are good to go. So I'm just going to open up Linux AI Assist. That should just come up in a few minutes. So as I said earlier, you get to see this right where your Excel sits, which means it's not external to you. It's not something you see outside of your Excel. It's something you're able to actually write a prompt that sits beside your report. So you get to type in your prompt while you see what the prompt actually gives you the end result. So if we just hold on a minute, we have this coming up. Correct. Good. So we have the Docker assist, we have the data assist, as mentioned earlier, and then we have the report assist, which is actually the most interesting aspect I would love to share today. So for the Docker assist, you get to ask a lot of questions, and we have some suggested question right here, which is what is Jet Report? How does it integrate with Microsoft Excel? If I just click on this, so it's going to generate a response for me, and it does more than that. So if I'm not satisfied with the response, it actually gives me just a minute. All right, thank you for this. Now you can see the simple question I asked was just the suggestion is actually prompted me to. So what is Just Report and how does it integrate with Microsoft Excel? So this is the response I got about what Just Report is. Integrated within Excel to allow you to pull data directly from their ERP system and a lot more. Now, for more reference, you actually get some link where you can actually access more details, overview of the products and the videos, just best practices and a lot more. So you get to ask a lot of questions about your report, what you can do about it, and a lot more. For the data assist, I'm going to come back to this last now. Let's get to the interesting aspects of the linear AI feature. So we have don't mind me smiling. I love using the support assist a lot. So it's actually got me excited. So we are going to create just a simple report by writing just some easy few prompts. So I want to probably pull out the customer invoices that are greater or equals to 5,000. I'm just going to write something as create a report that shows customer Sorry, customer invoices, greater and equal to 5K. Then I'm just going to hit send. So what is then right now is it's analyzing the prompt I give to it, then it went into my, I can see that was very fast. I'm not even done explaining. So what happened was Dirty Pot went, the leniency high saw my prompt, analyze it, went into my jet report, connect to my ERP system, and pull out the data I want for me. Now you can see it pulled this out, and I have everything I have here are invoices, either equal or greater than 5K, as I gave to it. Now I can make this more interesting. How about we have some little touch to the report we have? Let's say we want to add more column. I can go ahead to say something like add all the amount columns. Then I'm going to send this. And what it's going to do is what it's doing right now is analyzing it, and it's going to modify the report I have. Then it's going to run it itself. Now you can see, just as sweet as it could be. Now that was very fast, wouldn't you say? I mean, under 2 seconds, sorry, under 6 seconds. That was fast. I get to see the runtime here. So that's one of the fantastic feature of Linear AI. So to build this report without the AI feature, I'll have to go to my tools, start writing a lot of formulas for people that are conversant with your report, start pulling up the field one after the other, for the number, the customer name, amount, and a lot more. You can see how fast this is. I mean, I get to write my prompt, sit back, enjoy my coffee. So let's do something more interesting. Let's see if this can actually do a lot of more interesting aspect. Let's say I want to be able to filter by my posting date. So I could just write something like, let's say, include a date filter. So I can filter the reports. So I can filter the report on page. Let's try this. Now, what I'm trying to let it do right now is I want it to apply this filter. So whenever I want to run my report, this pops up. Now I get to actually filter down to a specific data I want. Probably I don't want to see the whole invoices. I just want to see some invoices that are particular to a certain date. Let's say for 2024 alone, or 2025. I'm just going to filter down 2025. So let's say to the end of 2025, 31st. So F 2025. Now I'm going to hit the run button. Now I get to see only what belongs to the specific date of 2025, which actually makes sense probably. I don't need to see the whole data. If I want to run for 2024, I get to come here, click the report, and just change my filter from 2025. I'm just going to convert this to 2024. And there we go. And if I want to see for all invoices, I just go back, click on run the report, and change the filter to asterisk. Now we can do a lot more than that. I'm just going to change this to asterisk real quick. Sorry. Then we'll run the report. Now we get to see for all the invoices regardless of the date. Now let's make it more interesting. Let's go to the aspect of formatting the report. Let's say bold out the amount column. And I send this. Then I shall have my amount column in bold. Now I run the report. It should return the outputs. Okay, that's the running. Now you can see even before the report run, I get to see definitely. Now, if you recall earlier, we actually had the feature we had the option to be able to apply a filter whenever we want to run the report. And regardless of whether you made a modification, so far you do not tell it to remove the filter, you still have it. So I get to still apply the filter for the document date. I can still run this. I should have this in the blink of an eye. Okay. Now you can see I have my amount column out in bold. Could take it a little bit more further. How about we have this in account type format and probably we have a currency logo to it. Let's do that real quick. Let's say I want to do something like format or the amount. Format or the amount column. So account type format. Now, if you see the way I'm writing my prompt, it's more like the way let's say I'm having a conversation with my colleague. That's how simple it could be when you're actually interacting with Linux AI. And also include the currency logo. So I'm going to send this and it's going to remodify my report. I still get the option to apply my dates filter. I'm going to have a pop-up after the whole modification is done. That is working. I think we have some feedback. So it's asking a little bit of question. Okay, so we have a response. The report was created with a bold font for amount column. However, there was an issue formatting our amount column with the account type format and currency, but due to limiting, you will still be able to filter the document at the runtime. So we could go ahead. Let's make it more interesting. Let's do something like format all amounts. That should work. Let me try that again. Column to account type format. And that should give me the output I want. Let's just give it a minute. There we go. Now I want to run for all the document dates. I should have my output in less than 6 seconds. Now you can see the account format type for all the amount column. I already in the account format type for any amount we have here. Let's say, for example, I want to include the currency. Let's say the amount column alone. Include the currency and the amount column. Let me make this more interesting. There we go. Now I'm going to send this. And this should include, I think I always use Naira. This should work perfectly fine. Okay, we have something again. Let me just check. So in some cases, probably you send something and it's actually confused of what you wanted to do. It gives you a response that, okay, fine, I'm having a little bit of misunderstanding here. I could not actually understand what you want me to do. So you get to actually rewrite your prompt. So what we have right here is price symbol from generic little bit language logo required. I think this should work. Let me try writing it again. Symbol. Oh, I didn't change this. So let me just send this and let's wait for the outputs. Now there we go. This is running. Now you can see, so it didn't quite understand what I said earlier. But as soon as I try to rephrase, when I rephrase my prompts, it's understood. And I'm going to click on run. Probably it's misunderstood the word logo I used. I should have used the word symbol. Now you can see I get to have the symbol across all my amount. Now, if you look at something more interesting, we have a calculated column, which is also the discount, but it was able to understand that this discount is actually in percentage. It's not something I use to add a symbol. And this is one of the beautiful things about Linux AI. It doesn't just build your report, it understands the requirement and actually build what you want as you input your prompt. And the last thing we'll be looking into today is the data assist. As I explained earlier, data assist is actually to help you, it's to give you more insight to your data, to help you understand what more you do. So I could just highlight a single cell by just selecting it, right click, and I'm going to click on Analyze with Linear AI. Or I could highlight all my column. Then I'm going to right click, then analyze with Linear AI. Now what this is doing is it's going through all the columns, all the rows, and everything I have, and it's going to give me a short analysis on this. Now this is the data analysis summary overview about the data. The data shows sales transaction from 2022, from 2020 to 2025, and a lot more. It shows the my top customers, and also a lot more. If I'm not satisfied with this, I get to write a different one to say show more insights. Then I click on send. Then it's actually going to give me something more, something I can see. Probably you just need to draft something for your manager. You could use the data assist to draft that. Then you just do a copy. Then you review, then you send. And one other interesting thing I can actually see is it's just a little thing of things you can show here. My colleague Reka is going to show you more on that when she walk you through the report intelligence. So we could say something more interesting, which is going to be the last thing I'm going to show you today. Let's see, build a chart of your choice from the report. I'm going to send this. Now you can see he drafted this. That's because I write a prompt to build any chart of the choice. So I think from what I'm seeing here, it's plotted a transaction against my customer. Now I could go ahead to say, okay, fine, plot my amount against the time. I want to see how everything is doing against the time series and a lot more. But this is just limited to what we can do. You can do a lot more with Linear AI. And regarding the dashboard aspect, I'm going to be handing over to Reka, who's going to walk you through report intelligence, getting more love interesting. So thank you very much. Reka, over to you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Really nice to meet you all. So thank you very much for that, Habib. Great presentation there of Linios. So are we able to get the presentation back up? Yep, lovely, thank you. So I'm going to be talking about reporting intelligence. So let's move to the next slide. So welcome to the next evolution of Jet Reports and the future of autonomous AI. We unveiled this in June, earlier this year, at our London Partner Connect. Now, I am keen to show you the new release and how reporting intelligence can add value to your business. So if we move to the next slide. Right, so let's simply start off with what is reporting intelligence. Reporting intelligence allows businesses to easily connect to their ERP data to live reporting, cloud access, and 24/7 AI monitoring. Reporting intelligence gives your teams the right tools for accurate reporting, distribution directly through the report center in the cloud with access anywhere. Next slide. So this now brings us into the report center, which sits within reporting intelligence. Now, some of you may have already been using the report center, but I'm going to give you a bit more detail on how we use this within reporting intelligence. The report center is your one-stop shop. It's a central repository for report distribution. Whether it's Jet Reports or Power BI, users can easily share and automate report distribution. Users can also access the report center from any device without a VPN. or even a local install. So there's no real dependence on IT. So you can easily get your data as and when you need it. All your reports are centralized, and they are centralized in one place on the cloud, where you can then share and distribute your reports. You can also manage your reports easily so other team members can access them. We'll move to the next slide. So I just want to go into a little bit more about reporting intelligence and the report intelligence alerts. Now, let me talk through about how this actually works. Now, the intelligence layer that sits within the reporting intelligence can monitor the metrics of your business. So, for example, the close confidence reports. This is something where I can set an alert when I can ask the alert to show any balance sheet account that has unreconciled variances that is of a certain value. And based on that, I can then easily start to get all of the reporting, all of the data automatically into whether it's my email or onto my homepage of my reporting intelligence. Another example is the performance pulse. So I can say, alert me when actual revenue is more than a certain percentage. So again, you don't have to work just on numbers like data figures. You can actually work on percentages as well. And then the third example on how you can use reporting intelligence alerts is if there's a report that you have which is based on risk and compliance, I can actually go in and set an alert where I can ask for alert me when any vendor payment exceeds a certain value outside of the normal payment. Now, all of these alerts you can easily set once you've uploaded the report within the report center. So there's a number of ways that you can actually do this. You can actually automate that process, or you can do it manually. So let me show you how. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to share my screen and I'll take you through reporting intelligence. Okay, can you please let me know when you can see my screen? Do you want to just give me the yes? Okay, lovely. That's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm simply just going to capture a couple of results, and I'm just going to take you back to Lineos. So as you can see on my window, you can actually see reporting intelligence. Now, reporting intelligence is still Jet Reports. So there's no difference there. We've just changed the name to Reporting Intelligence. So when you start to use Reporting Intelligence, this is the name that you will see instead of Jet Reports. You can see that the ribbon bar is exactly the same. And the differences that I've got here is that I can actually upload directly to my Reporting Intelligence site. And also I've got the Lineos option here, which the window here is already open. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to very quickly just create a report so I can start to look at some transactions. So very simply, I'm going to ask, have we had any customer transactions greater than a certain value? So I'm just going to carry on the story based on what Habib had done, but I'm not going to go into detail of what Habib has already shown you, because I will then move into reporting intelligence. So what this is doing now is actually looking for any data, any information where I've been able to, where the system has got transactions that are over a certain value. So the next thing that I will ask of is, it's brought that information through. I can then say, can you please, yes, it's got the amount field there, which is fine. So I'm happy with that. And it's got transactions that are actually over the 10,000 value. So I've got some dates here that I can see. So what I would like to do next is I want to be able to add a date filter. So I can easily start to select certain date ranges. So I'm going to do that. So what I will do here, I will say add options for me to filter on posting date. Okay, so I will click enter, and it will go in and it will start to add that option. Okay, here we go. So I've got my date option here, and now I can say, right, let's select a date range. So I can do 01. I'm just going to select a date range of 2018 to 31/12, and then we'll do 2018. Here we go. See what results it gives me. Oh, okay, so maybe it's telling me to put the year in first. So let's go again. So would you like to apply? Yes. I'm just going to put here yes. Okay, so I will just put in, just go back and just put date filter. There we go. So I can still select a date range, but I'm just going to right now just pull through everything. So I've got my results. Okay, so I will add, can you please include the customer number? It includes customer number with the amount, document, and posting date. It's easy. Do you want me to add it? Yes, please. Please specify which one. Customer name. So it's also added, it's given me the option to add the customer name, but obviously I don't have the data in there at the moment. So we've just got limited data. So what I will do next is I will go in and I'm going to save the report. So I'll go into File, and there's two ways that you can actually save the report. You can either save it here locally, or what you can do is you can basically go into the reporting intelligence and upload it. So I'm going to show you how I can save it locally. So I will go into Home. I'll just click Save As. I'm going to save it to the desktop, and I will just call it Customer Reports. Customer Transactions. Yeah. And I will save it onto the desktop. And now click Save. Okay, so bearing in mind, I'm in Global BC Global Production and the Cronus USA. So if I just close that for now, and I go into my reporting intelligence, click onto the home page. So this is where the new reporting intelligence sits. You will have to log in with an email address and password once you have access to it. And within reporting intelligence, on the left-hand side, you can actually see the navigation bar. So this is your home page. So every time you upload a report, it will be available here. It will show you recent results. On the right-hand side, you can see recent reports. So before I actually go into this, I want to go into the report center and upload the report. So I go directly into reports as labeled, go into upload, and then here I would select, I can do more than one report. I can do multiple reports as well. So it's BC production, global production, and it's the USA. And I will just call it customer transactions. Hit on upload. My customer transactions, and then upload. Okay, so what I can also do is I can go back into here once the report's uploaded, can go back into here and I can download the report as a latest Excel file. I can also open it in Excel online. So these are the online features. And I can also schedule the report. So I can easily go in and I can give it a name here and just call it customer transactions. Let's call it customer trans. And then I can also say what it is that I want to schedule. It's actually, I want it for Excel analysis. Can then hit next. I can then select the report. I've got the posting date filters as well that I can select from the dates. Click next. And then I've got the option if I want to do a daily, if I want it scheduled weekly or monthly. And then I've got the starting date here, which I can easily go in, pick and change, select what I need, the timing for it as well. And then no end date, select next. I can add users to this as well, easily just by selecting add users. It'll give me a list of users. And I can also add groups. So if I've got like a financial team or a sales team, I can easily go and add those as well. And I just hit save. And what that does is then schedules the report for me. So if I go into schedules, which is on the left, it will show me all of my scheduled reports. So if I go back into the reports, what I would then need to do is, in order for reporting, to create a rule for reporting intelligence, I would need to publish this report as a business view. However, before I need to do that, I need to make sure that in Excel, if I just go in, I'd need to set a range for this report. Okay, so I'd need to give it a named range. Once I've given it a named range, I can then go in here and then I can publish it as a business view. So one example I've got here is I've got the test report. I've given it a named range already. I've published it as a business view. If I go into business views, I select on test, and I've got the table here that's available. So that's already published as a business view. Once it's published as a business view, what you can then do, you can then go into the intelligence layer. This is where you would go in and start to create your rules. Now, based on that data, which is customer transaction, I can actually go in here and I can say, select the report. I'm just going to select the test report that I've uploaded. Okay, click next. And what it's doing is, based on that data, it's already looking at the information and the data that was in the business view. So reporting intelligence reads the business view data. So it's saying, it's got then given me some suggestions saying transactions exceeded expected amount range. So it's actually giving me those options there. It's also got missing posting dates and sales entries. It's also got other options as well, duplicate customer numbers in sales transactions and so on. So it's saying, what would you like to monitor? So now what I can do is I can either select one of these options, or I can just go in and say, right, show me transactions of a certain value. So I can then go in and create my own rule. So I can say in here, show me customer transactions, and I can say exceeding over, let's say, 10,000. So what it's doing, it's still looking at the data and the information that I've got, and it's going to load more suggestions. So it's saying also, would you like to add a filter for only transactions with posting date in the past 30 days? Yes, I can do that as well. So you can take it another level forward. So what this prompt is doing, it's actually reading the data and it's giving you suggestions based on that data. So it makes reporting intelligence a lot easier for the individual when they're asking of the data. So right now I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm just going to put customer transactions exceeding 10,000. Hit next. And then what it's doing is it's saying, okay, you're creating a new rule. Would you like to add subscribers to the rule? Now, the benefit of adding subscribers is the fact that every time the report is run, it will also send an update to your subscribers. So you no longer have to go in and look at distributing reports all the time. You can very, very easily start to subscribe to any users on the list. So I can go, I'm not going to, so you'd have to select the tick box in order to subscribe to the users. But what I'm going to click here is saying create rule. So here we go. That's my rule there. That's been created, which is based on the report that sits here. But remember, when you upload the report, it's the business view. This rule reads the business view in order for it to understand the data. Okay. So if I go back here, and I'm just going to run the report. When you run the report, what it's doing, it triggers an update to this business view. So it starts to update the business view with the data. Once that business view data is updated, it will then start to give you some intelligence. It will start to give you some information and insights. So let's have a look at the information here. So if I go into this is good because it actually tells you the name of the report, what the rule is, who created it, who the owner is, date of creation, the description, and how many results had been triggered. Just may take a minute or two for this to come through, but it's saying it's just been uploaded and it's just been refreshed. If we go back to rules, if we then go to results, the results will then start to appear here. So we've got some transactions that show here. It's got transactions exceeding high amount threshold. So we've got some information, which is one alert found, 29 rows reviewed, representing 3.4% of the population. Now, what I also get is another alert. So if I go back to the home page, I'm just going to bring in my emails, and what it will do, let me just show you my email. It's actually sent me an email as well. Here we go. Just going to pull that across. So it's showing me an email here. So it's telling me what I've subscribed to, what it's found, and it's giving me some information. So every time a report is run, each subscriber will also get a notification of this email. So I will now go back to the reports. intelligence layer, go back to the results, go back here, and then it's also here, it's given me the recommendations. It's saying impact and recommendations, investigate all transactions that are exceeding over 10,000 for supporting documentation and authorization. So again, it's giving you information that's important to a user. And every time this report is run on a weekly basis or a daily basis, it will set off an alert, and it'll also give you some insights. So if I go into the insights here, it'll start to give you more information about these transactions. Every time you run the report, the insight history is logged here. So if you run the report again, it will start to log that history. It'll take a couple of minutes, but then it will log that history within the intelligence layer. So what this is doing, go back to the intelligence layer. The insights is actually giving you patterns and information. That's what the AI insights is doing. So in the background, you can actually look at trends, any opportunities that you've missed. So it's really, AI is observing the data that sits behind your report without any individual having to look for that information. So what I will do now, I will go back to the presentation mode. So if we go back to the presentation, and I will stop sharing. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. So can everyone see the presentation slide? Okay, so what I would like to talk about here is why reporting intelligence. Now, at the beginning, I'd already shared a couple of examples about the type of alerts that you can create for your reporting intelligence. Now, after showing you the demonstration, now I'm going to talk about why. Why do we need reporting intelligence? Now, this is ERP intelligence. It's not generic AI. Okay, so this is showing you the intelligence of your data set that sits within the report center. Reporting intelligence is more proactive rather than reactive. And what I mean by that is you don't actually have to go looking for information. So when we used Lineos at the beginning, what Habib had shown you, that's more reactive. You can go and find information, look for information. Okay, you're bringing that data towards you you're bringing it in. Whereas proactive is you don't need to look for it. You set an alert. Once that alert or that rule is set, it will automatically generate insights and give you that information without you looking for it. It'll give you patterns, it will give you trends. So really it is ERP intelligence. Now, all of this is available on one platform. So you don't need a stack of solutions or stack of AI tools to be able to look for this sort of information. It's all available in one place. So I will now hand it back over to any questions that you may have. So hand it back over to Joseph. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. It has been a great pleasure presenting to you all.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Arika. Thank you so much. That was a very insightful session. But even
Any other questions, anyone? Okay, so if you already have Report Center, how can you migrate to reporting intelligence? So we can easily get you migrated because we do have a migration path, and how that works is we would directly log a call with your partner, asking them that you now want reporting intelligence. This will be, we will raise a ticket, the partner will raise a ticket with our Insight software, and then from there I will get involved with my team to check to see how many reports you've got, what needs to be migrated. We will do a checklist of things that need to be migrated, and then we would go in and do that migration in the background. So we'd create the space and the different license that you would need for reporting intelligence, and then there's a whole process of getting you moved over. So the only thing as a customer that you would need to do is really just check your report stack to say, this is what you have. You have 10 reports, for example. Have they now successfully moved over to reporting intelligence, which should result to the 10 reports that you had in the report center. Any other questions? Can you modify an existing report in Linios? So Habib,
Yep. Yes. Thank you, Reka. So definitely, the modification of a report does not sit alone with only the reports. Let's say the only report you create with the AI, Linux AI Assist. If you have an existing report, you can definitely modify the report by adding more columns or filters or removing some columns. But I always advise, if you are modifying a report, you save the existing one, probably save it somewhere in your local drive, because the new one you modify will override the existing report you have. So definitely, you can modify an existing report with Linux AI. Thank you. Is there any more question? Okay, Rika, I think this is for you.
Yes, sure. You can save. So do we need to always save any report we uploaded in Report Center with a different name? No, you can save it as the same name. You know, it's entirely up to you what name that you give it. And yeah, so there was two ways to upload it. You can do it directly through the reporting intelligence Excel version, where you've got the option in the ribbon bar, or you can save it locally and then go into reporting intelligence and then upload it that way, but it shouldn't make a difference with the name. So the report that you've saved on your local drive, it's unlikely that you would really use that if you've uploaded it into the report center, right? Because that is where you're going to save all of your reports. So I was just showing you the two techniques that you can use if you want to upload a report. So it might be the case that you may not be ready to upload the report directly or straight away when you finish using it, because you may have other things you may want to do. So you can save it locally until you've finished, completed all the parts that you need to do on your report. So it could be the colors or the formatting and so on. So what I would recommend is the reports that you want to share as a final version, you would upload those in the report center. That's then available to the rest of your team. Do you want me to get that, Habib? Okay. So also the existing report or the report we built ourselves, can we use Linios AI on that as well? Or is it limited to the reports built in the AI? Yes, you can use Linios on your existing reports. You can select them, you can analyze the data, you can create the charts exactly how Habib had shown you. So you do have that capability. So you have got those AI features available to you. Yes, you will need to purchase another license for reporting intelligence. However, you won't need two licenses. It just means that you will no longer need the Jet Reports license, and you will move directly into reporting intelligence. And this is where it gives you the latest platform, the latest features. Thank you very much, everyone. It was a great pleasure presenting for you. And thank you, Habib, for the presentation as well today. Look forward to connecting with you soon.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Rika. Bye.
Magic.